First News with Keeler in the morning on WIBX and WIBX950.com.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right. Can you hear me? Testing 1, 2. Is my mic cutting?
Yeah.
Is it cutting out?
Now it is.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Third, fourth, fifth. I don't know what's happening.
It's a Friday, that's why.
Here he is, Willie Waffle on the line right now. Listen, the board is actually saying no more with Donna. No more with Donna. The board is saying, or I'll shut your mic off. Here's Willie Waffle. Good morning, Willie.
Well, good morning. So I'm not allowed to talk about Donna. Okay, got it.
No.
Oh, Donna.
Now I have Donna who makes the pies saying, don't confuse me with Donna who sings the songs. It's a whole mess here. We're all messed up. So Jimmy Fallon will be in town tonight. I know that you know him from Fox News Channel. He'll be at the Rome Capitol Theater with us tonight celebrating our, Stefan, go ahead, say it.
Happy 99th birthday to WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
All right, cool. There we go.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. He'll be in town tonight, and it's going to be a great show at the Rome Capitol Theater. So, have you started watching the Ted Danson series that's...
Man on the Inside?
Is it Netflix or is it Apple
Netflix.
TV? Okay.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Yeah, I've got to get caught up to that. As you can probably hear, I am not in the best physical shape right now.
I'm hearing that.
So that's one that I missed. No, I got, you know what I got all wrapped up in this week was that John Benet Ramsey
documentary
they've got going on.
I didn't start. I haven't started watching that.
It's not a dramatization. It's a documentary, right?
Yeah, it's a documentary. It's basically 3 episodes long. You know, telling the story right from the beginning and going through, the police investigation and, people who had come forward and claimed that they were the ones who killed John Benet Ramsey and how those stories fell apart and just really, a 3-hour program that really makes you wonder what the heck happened here because there's even stuff there that I had never heard before that really kind of drove me crazy. It's like how could that have never come out? How could nobody have known that? I mean, it kind of doesn't show some of the police investigators in the best light.
So, if I recall, they were looking at the parents at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
They looked at the parents. They looked at the brother. I mean, they looked at a lot of people.
And you feel this is worth watching?
I think so. I'm a big true crime junkie.
Yeah.
So, I'm into those kind of things. And I think if you're into it, and if you kind of remember or you're curious about it, I think it really fulfills a lot of that.
What do you give it?
I'm at like 3 waffles.
Wow.
I wish that, they really kind of talk a lot about what happened, but we don't really take a look at, what's happening next. And that's what I was really looking forward to, because now the Boulder police, in response to this, have come out and said, this is a cold case that they're picking up, and they feel very strongly that they're going to solve it in the year 2025. And my question would be, why? What do you have now that you didn't have then?
And why don't you just do it this year?
We had a woman on this week who is a true crime person. What would you call her? Like a podcaster?
Yeah, a podcaster.
I'm trying not to sneeze here. True crime podcaster who is looking into the case, and she's from Texas, looking into the case of making a murderer, Stephen Avery. And you remember that thing? Yeah. And that was if you recall, just a quick synopsis. That was he was charged with murder. The Innocence Project came forward, and they used DNA to set him free. He finally got out of jail. 3 years later, he's wanted by police because the police, if you recall, didn't think he was innocent.
Correct.
Right.
And mysteriously...
Well, it's alleged the police had a lot to do with setting him up.
Yes. And mysteriously, 3 years later, he's charged with killing another woman, and this time he goes to prison. And so does his nephew, who clearly was taken advantage of by authorities and even his own attorney. And when you watch this thing, but it's interesting, the Innocence Project isn't as strongly supporting him now. But anyway, this woman thinks she has evidence that shows that the vehicle that was found on his property was a RAV4, the victim's RAV4, but it was actually another VIN number from the vehicle that she had purchased. The VIN number had been changed. She says that she has smoking gun evidence that should set him free. And she's just a regular housewife in Texas. Kind of interesting.
Well, and this is kind of like this new phenomenon that we've seen really over the past like 5 years.
Yes.
That, you have these internet sleuths, right?
Yeah.
These people who start digging into the stories, start digging into public records and digging into photographs and really doing a lot of the work that detectives would be doing.
Interestingly, you would say who would support something like that? Well, President Trump, who came out yesterday and said, okay, Internet, go to work on this gunman in New York City who basically assassinated the healthcare whichever healthcare company that was.
Yeah, the CEO of United.
Health. Yeah. Now, did you see that picture?
Yeah, I mean that story is the one that's fascinated me all week long. It is,
and you're going to be reviewing this one. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
it's going to be a documentary.
Movie.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And is this guy a hitman? Is he somebody that wanted vengeance on the CEO because of treatment of a family member or a loved one? I mean, when or if the story ever comes out, it is going to be shocking.
I think so.
Shocking.
And they now have a full picture of the gunman's face, and I don't know.
They're like smiling. It's like very disturbing.
Am I the only one looking at it thinking that could be a woman?
I thought the same thing.
I thought the face was very feminine.
Yeah. Well, be careful. I want to insult the...
Well, I'm just saying. I certainly don't want him coming after me. But I thought it looked like a woman to me.
Everything about this thing is fascinating. I mean, he left messages on the
the shell casings.
He made the perfect getaway in a lot of ways. I mean, you have no idea where he is on the planet right now. Hey, if he's even around anymore.
And the shell casings, by the way, were things like delay and deny, which apparently there's a book out there that is about insurance companies doing just that, denying people's claims, and that's how they're making their money. All right, quickly, anything else? I got less than a minute. Anything else people should be watching this weekend?
I'm waiting for the big stuff to come out. I mean, this has not been a great weekend. I mean, you've got Y2K in theaters, which is really not that good, and Netflix has their Mary movie about the story of Mary's Immaculate Conception and her life, before she was married, before she became Mary, and really, kind of the big focus then is what happens after the Immaculate Conception, running from King Herod and all that. So that's really what's going on this week. It's kind of a blah week. Next week, it seems like everything in the world starts coming.
Okay. All right. Okay, so check out your streaming stuff this week, but next week is the big week. Okay, we'll look forward to that. Willie, we hope you feel better.
Thank you. I hope so, too.